we go. Have a seat. Save your energy. We have an hour.
I said if I was going to do TV, I was never not going to be myself.
Where are the people who are a little bit different?
You're sitting next to one on the couch. Let's just say that.
Be yourself, but not too much of yourself.
Now, here's Jason.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another of our special week of shows. I'm Jace. Nobody's here. We don't have an audience. Again, Fallon is gone. Kendall isn't back yet.
Next week, she's here.
Next week, Kendall is back. That's right. Kendall will be sitting right here in the sidekick seat. But I'm glad you're here. And you know who else is glad you're here? Ladies and gentlemen, it's executive producer Jeff. Look at that.
Don't be surprised if you see this sweater and suit combo again later this week.
That's right. Take a good look. Okay, Leo, go ahead. Go back to Jeff's. Let Jeff show the sweater. Okay.
From Macy's.
Now come back. Camera 5. You're going to see this again on Thursday. Do not be alarmed. Don't write your TV station. It's all good. Yes, Jeff?
Do you know one thing you've never talked about? You know when you walk out normally on a regular show and that little animation plays?
Yeah.
You should explain what's in that animation.
Oh, you know what? That's actually a good idea. I wish if I ask Leo to replay it, it'll shut the whole system down. We'll have to go to black. We'll have to get, Leo's going to try. Anyway, thank you for, that's actually a good idea. It was designed by you actually have good ideas sometimes.
Oh my
Jeff.
God.
Yeah, anyway. When I walk out, I know it goes very quickly. Okay, Leo's going to try to play it again. We have this designed to showcase all of our new cities. So it's the skylines to all of the cities that the Jason Show airs in season 9.
Cedar Rapids, Chicago.
Madison.
Yep.
The city beautiful, Orlando. Hello, Orlando.
Seattle, Minneapolis.
What? Seattle, Minneapolis.
Duluth.
Is Duluth up in there? We love Duluth.
So.
We've loved Duluth for years, but Seattle has been good to us in Orlando. We love you, Orlando and Madison. Okay, that's enough love. I'm just joking. Let's get started, everybody. It's time for the hot dish. Roll it, Leo. Woo! Tasty. I got to do something. That damn thing's loud without the audience. As we kick off the new year, because what's the date today, Jeff?
The 9th.
The 9th. 9 days into the new year, here's some new movies we have to look forward to in 2024. Fandango.com recently released a list of movies that all of us are most looking forward to. The top 10 includes Gladiator 2, Inside Out 2, Another Quiet Place. Is that what it's called, or is it just another?
The name's weird. So
the name's weird.
Yeah.
Quiet. There's just another quiet place.
Let's
check out. What?
Still quiet.
It's still quiet. You still can't talk, or the aliens will eat you. Let's check out the top 5, starting with this.
I will love you as long as I breathe.
You will never lose me as long as you stay who you are.
Consider what you're about to do, Paul Atreides.
Silence! This prophecy is how they enslave us!
I don't think I am. Dune Part 2 is the 4th most anticipated movie. Timothée Chalamet and Zendaya return in the science fiction movie based on the legendary book. This one, my friends, opens March 1st. I have to admit, I'm too dumb to understand Dune. I tried watching Part 1. Oh, my God. It was a cinematic ZQL. I fell right asleep. Nothing happened.
It looks dirty, like all that dust everywhere.
Let's move on to number 3. And it's another sequel. Look.
For the first time in New York history, people froze to death in the middle of July.
What is it?
The death chill. The power to kill by fear itself. Your veins turn to rivers of ice. Your bones crack. And the last thing you see is your own tear ducts freezing up.
Like, literally scared to death?
So cool.
Yep, another Ghostbusters. This one's called Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. It reunites the old Ghostbusters once again with the new cast. This one opens March 29th.
Too many of them.
Yeah. I watched the other one with the one before this with Paul Rudd. It was all right, but I don't know if we need another one. I barely liked that one, or the one with Paul Rudd, and now they're back again. I don't know. Yet another sequel is number 2 on this list of the most anticipated movies of 2024. Now here we're talking. Beetlejuice 2. Jenna Ortega joins stars of the first movie, including Michael Keaton and Winona Ryder, for an update on this 80s classic. She's going to play the daughter of Ryder's character from the original. And yes, thank goodness, Tim Burton is back in the directing chair. This one opens up September. Yeah. Here's the deal. This one waited a while to be done, and good thing, because without Tim Burton, if he wasn't involved, it never should have been made. But I have good expectations for this. Did you like the original, Jeff?
Oh, I love the original.
Loved it.
Although we both have something in common. We were both compared to one character in that movie.
Yeah, what's his name?
Otho.
Otho, yeah.
He's the big dude when they sing Banana song.
Yeah.
What's that song called?
Deo.
Deo, yeah.
Yeah. You look like that large man from Beetlejuice.
Thanks.
That's something you never want to hear, but therapy. Now the number 1 most anticipated movie. It's Ryan Reynolds as the fast-talking superhero Deadpool. The third movie features Hugh Jackman joining the cast as X-Men Wolverine. Yeah, it's part of the Marvel Universe's Phase 5 of movies and TV shows. This one opens in July. Marvel, I barely liked Phase 4. You better get this right in Phase 5. But I like that Wolverine is back, and the rumor is we're going to have the X-Men, hopefully the X-Men and the Avengers together, because now Disney owns everything. You don't care, do you, Jeff?
Well, I don't know. I didn't even know there was a new phase. Seriously, what was Phase 4?
He's delightful, isn't he? Jeff, you're single, right?
We established that on Thursday's show.
Friday, we're going to date him off. We're going to do a dating game with Jeff. Tune in for that show. Next in the dish, from turning down roles to bad plots to box office bombs, Hollywood is full of bad decisions. But some are worse than others. So Rolling Stone recently compiled a list of the 50 worst decisions in movie history. I love this. They include things like Will Smith smacking Chris Rock. Reading the wrong Best Picture winner at the 2017 Oscars, and greenlighting the movie Howard the Duck back in the 80s.
I love Howard the Duck.
You do?
Oh, it was so funny.
Oh, no. I want to focus on a few at the top. Let's start with number 16. The character of Jar Jar Binks in the Star Wars prequels. The character made its debut in 1999's The Phantom Menace, becoming one of the most hated characters, not just in Star Wars, but in all of movie history. George Lucas defended it, saying he wanted something for the kiddos.
Ugh.
I know. Even the Ewoks weren't as annoying as Jar Jar.
What were those things in the newer movies, like the little birds?
Porgs.
Oh, okay.
They weren't annoying. They just chirped.
No, I liked them.
I liked them. Next up, one decision many people may have forgotten about. Back in the year 2000, Blockbuster Video had the chance to buy rival Netflix for just $50 million. They said, no, we're good. Netflix went on to become a major force in Hollywood, while Blockbuster is just a distant 90s memory.
Wow.
Well, but you know what? Everything worked out the way, because if Blockbuster would have bought Netflix, maybe they wouldn't have had the leadership that would have turned Netflix into what it is today.
Yeah.
Just like Sears. I think Sears, I saw this on CNBC, had the chance to buy Amazon or combine with Amazon. And now where's Sears? The softer side, the harder side, they're all gone. Next, a costly decision by Matt Damon. He was offered the role in James Cameron's Avatar. It would have included 10% earnings on the back end profits. Matt said, no. A decision that cost him $250 million after Avatar went on to become just a giant success. Who Who would he have played?
Probably the Sam Worthington character.
Oh, yeah.
But I kind of forgot that movie.
Avatar?
Yeah.
You forgot about
Are
Avatar?
you ever going to watch it again?
I'm never going to watch it again.
Exactly.
It's a one and doneer. Yeah. Finally, one actor's decision that cost him some of the biggest roles in movie history. I'm talking about the late Burt Reynolds. He was a giant star in the 70s and 80s. Listen to the roles that Burt turned down. The Godfather, Star Wars, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, and he even turned down Pretty Woman. Who was he going to be? Another hooker? What was he going to be? Oh.
Yes, Julia Roberts. No, Richard Gere's character.
He was?
Yes.
Ew. Ew.
It was his comeback vehicle.
Ew. I thought it would have been better if you would have been a male hooker. At the Blue Banana. Remember the Blue Banana? Anyway. It's the bar that they were at. From movies to music, the music industry is full of one-hit wonders, but some are better than others. UltimateClassicRock.com, that's Jeff's favorite website, came up.
I do a lot of research.
You scan it daily. Is with a list of the biggest one-hit wonders of all time, and let's start with number 5. That's German pop star Nina with 99 Luftballons from 1983. An English version of the song hit number 2 on the charts, but she never, ever made another worldwide hit. No more balloons for her. Now for the number 3 biggest one-hit wonder, yet another song from the early 80s.
Relax, don't do it when you want to go to it. Relax, don't do it when you want to go. Relax, don't do it.
Oh, are they shaving each other?
This video is weird, man.
They're shaving each other.
That's not all they're doing.
Oh my God. It's like a Jason Show post-show meeting. Yep, there's Eric. There he is. British band Frankie Goes to Hollywood hit number 1 in the US, England, and other countries, but never ever had another big song. Well, anyway. Moving on to the second biggest one-hit wonder, a song that revolutionized the music video. The Norwegian band Aha became an MTV staple with Take On Me. Get this, the song was first released in 1984 but flopped. The band re-released the two more times, and it finally became a hit thanks to the video. Now wasn't that name like the best video of all time on another list?
Not according to UltimateClassicRock.com.
Now the top one-hit wonder according to Ultimate Classic Rock.
Video killed the radio star. Video killed the radio star. Pictures came and broke your heart. Oh.
British group The Buggles, not Boogers, had a huge hit with Video Killed the Radio Star, thanks to MTV choosing it as the first video to ever play on MTV in 1981. There we go. You can get more of these lists at Classic Music Rock, whatever.
Ultimate.
Whatever. We'll be right back. Back in a moment.
Radio star.
I sing that to Jeff every morning. 30 years ago this week, Mariah Carey's song Hero was spending yet another week at the top of the music charts. It was her 8th #1 song. There's a reason we're playing that. Welcome back to a special edition of our show in a special week of shows. The new year brings new anniversaries in pop culture, so we thought it would be fun to spend some time looking back at the year 1994. Oh, that was a good year. Reality Bites came out that year. Anyway, 30 years ago, I'm getting to that. See if you remember these key events turning 30 in 2024. First, in January of that year, Nancy Kerrigan is attacked at the U.S. Figure Skating Championships. Yeah, the attackers turned out to be hired by the husband of rival Tanya Harding. You all remember this. The drama became huge news around the world leading up to the Olympics in Norway. Next, O.J. Simpson is arrested for the murders of his ex-wife Nicole Brown Simpson and her friend Ronald Goldman. It became the dominant story of 1994 and literally changed media, quite literally. Finally, a guy named Jeff Bezos founded a little bitty company called Amazon. At first, it only sold books, but 30 years later, it is now the dominant force in shopping. Absolutely.
Wow.
Amazon, 30 years ago. Yeah. 1994 was a big year at the box office with many iconic movies hitting theaters. Who can forget the first time they saw this? By the way, that's how we're going to present Kendall when she comes back on Monday. Disney's The Lion King was the biggest movie of 1994, earning more than $300 million. Yet another movie in what they call the Disney Renaissance: Little Mermaid, Beauty and the Beast, Aladdin, and Lion King. And it came out in the summer of '94 and went on to win an Oscar for Best Picture. Look at this.
My mom always said life was like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get.
That's right. I'm, of course, talking about Forrest Gump. Tom Hanks won his second Oscar for playing Mr. Gump. That's right.
Have you rewatched that since the first time?
Yeah, I have. Why?
Oh, okay. I just wondered if it held up.
People love hating that movie because it beat out
Pulp Fiction.
Yeah. And again, here we go. One movie turning 30 this year reignited the career of one John Travolta.
You know what they call a quarter pounder with cheese in Paris?
They don't call it a quarter pounder with cheese?
Oh, man, they got the metric system. They wouldn't know what the quarter pounder is.
And what do they call it?
They call it the Royale with cheese.
Royale with cheese.
That's right.
What do they call a Big Mac?
Pulp Fiction was a huge hit for Quentin Tarantino. The movie tells 4 different stories that come together in the end. Remember when I said it was fashionable, and still to this day, fancy movie people love hating on Forrest Gump. Whenever they make lists of movies that should never have won Best Picture, Forrest is usually on that because people think that Pulp Fiction should have won. Where are you on that one, Jeff?
I mean, if you look at Pulp Fiction, it probably has a bigger place in movie history than, because I was a film studies minor. So it has a bigger impact than Forrest Gump, I would say.
Any more fun facts you want to drop on the audience?
Nope.
I was a dating women minor.
In '94?
Yeah, I left school though. I left that school. Finally, a beloved family movie. Jason, learn how to read. Turns 30 this year. Take a look.
Miss Helen? The water's boiling.
Hello! Ah! Oh, I'm sorry to frighten you, dear. I must look like a yeti in this getup.
It's a drive-by fruiting. That's the late it's still so weird to say that. That's the late Robin Williams in one of his defining roles as Mrs. Doubtfire. I saw an interview recently, or I read, I think it was in classicrock.com, but I read an interview recently. Chris Columbus directed that. He also did Goonies. He was a producer on Goonies. He did Harry Potter, the first 2. He said that Robin, they rolled the cameras. They never turned off the cameras. And Robin did so many takes, so many versions of everything that Christopher said he could do 3 or 4 movies just on extra footage of Robin.
Why don't
and he's eventually going to do a documentary showing all of the different takes. Please get on that, Chris Columbus. You're not doing anything else. What's he done lately? No, I'm just saying. I think that America would love to see that.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, Let's turn to TV in 94. 1994 was a turning point in television, featuring the debuts of some of the biggest TV shows, not of the 90s, but of all time. First up, Friends.
Wow.
Friends premiered in September of 1994 on NBC, going on to become one of the biggest sitcoms of all time. It ran for 10 seasons and still, I mean, basically it's the I Love Lucy of this generation. It's probably playing every single hour of every day somewhere in the world, truly.
I find that the generation younger than us, they, I think, like Friends more than we did. Because we watched it when it came out live, but they've watched it more.
My better half, who's a little younger, a hop, skip, and a jump younger than me, and you can keep that judgmental face to yourself, just a tad bit younger than I am. He loves it. You're right. I hate to say you're right, but he's obsessed with it, as is his Friends. No pun intended. Friends wasn't the only new show to hit NBC on Thursday nights. A little bitty medical drama from Steven Spielberg called ER made its debut 30 years ago. It starred George Clooney, Anthony Edwards, and Juliana Margulies. Hello, good wife. The show took place in a Chicago hospital. Michael Crichton was the executive producer, Mr. Jurassic Park. That show ran for 15 seasons. Okay, can I tell you something? It's going to shock you. I've never seen a full episode.
I used to love that show. Did you know Juliana Margulies was supposed to die in the first episode?
Really?
Yeah, because I don't remember the exact, if it was a drug overdose or something. Sorry, kids. And they saved her in the first episode.
I was supposed to die off on the first episode of this show.
It was supposed to be the Jeff show.
I mean, it was, but I mean, they already bought the lighting. I mean, you know. Another show that premiered in 94 only ran for one season, but is considered a groundbreaker. Claire Danes starred in the teen drama My So-Called Life on ABC. It was known for dealing with serious topics like child abuse, homophobia, and school violence. It's only 19 episodes, but it made stars of Danes as well as Jared Leto, who played her teenage crush. Okay, this was right in our wheelhouse, Jeff, but I never watched it.
Yeah, we were in college, so we probably thought we were too old for this.
You're right. We just missed it.
You know one show that did premiere that year though? Beavis and Butthead.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that wasn't on this list.
No, it wasn't at classicrocklist.com.
No.
One late night show ended its run in 94. The Arsenio Hall show aired final episode in May of that year. The show was hugely popular with younger TV watchers, and it made news in 1992 when then presidential candidate Bill Clinton played the saxophone on with Arsenio's band. Yeah, it was the only show, after all, and I'm getting ready to talk about Johnny, but it was the only late night show, and there had been many. Dick Cavett, Merv Griffin, Tony, I can't think of his name. Anyway, over Johnny's 30-year career in late night, Mr. Carson, shows would come and go and nothing could beat him. Arsenio was the only show that posed even a little threat to Johnny. It got NBC a little worried because Arsenio had the younger demo. Well, let's stick with late night and let's talk more about my idol, Johnny Carson. 30 years ago this year, Johnny Carson made his final TV appearance. It wasn't on The Tonight Show, because you're thinking, wait, Jason, he left the year before. You're right. Johnny didn't make his last appearance on television on his Tonight Show, but he made it when David Letterman took his Late Show, which was now on CBS, to L.A. Look.
All right, tonight's top 10 list from the home office in Sioux City, Iowa. Oh, this is not the list. Johnny, can I have the top 10 list?
Right there, Carson delivered David Letterman his top 10 list, then briefly took a seat. You'll see it here. Johnny took a seat behind the desk, but didn't say a word. Got up and walked out. There he is, sitting where he belongs, behind the desk. It came 2 years after he stopped hosting The Tonight Show. Carson would never appear on television again. You're looking at the final appearance. Johnny passed away in 2005, and we'll never see another one like them. We have a lot more to come today. I'm excited. You're going to love this. Our buddy Colleen Lindstrom is here talking parenting and more. Find out why a lesson from her own daughter is making a big difference in Colleen's life. That and more when a special edition of our show continues after this. Well, 2024 is here, and with it, you know, everyone does their resolutions. But how about instead of focusing on, I'm going to lose weight, I'm going to do this, how about focusing on not comparing yourself to others? How great would that be? That was the topic of our guest's recent podcast. You know her, you love her. She is the host of The Bronze Medal Life. Please welcome back to our show, Colleen Lindstrom.
Hi.
Hi, friend.
Hi. How are you?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm great.
Happy New Year.
To you as well.
Thank you.
Yeah.
2024 looking pretty good so far.
You know, listen, there's tons of road in front of us. It could go off the rails, but right now, it's pretty good.
Way to start the interview.
Sorry,
we'll be right back, everybody. We're just going to wrap this up right away. Okay, I love this topic because usually you're here and we talk about parenting and kids.
Yeah, and they're great.
Kids are great.
They're fun.
On a case-by-case basis.
Sure.
But your kids are great.
Thanks.
They are. You raised some good humans.
Thank you.
But let's start with this because I love this topic for us, not using your own yardstick to measure others. Talk to me.
Okay, so the reason I came up with this is my husband is like totally the best hype person. He's the best. And this doesn't sound good, but I call him, who do I hate? Who do we hate? Because if I'm in a mood, he's like, who do we hate? And I'm like, right, let's go. And then we'll just purge all of the things we're feeling. And then sometimes if we go too far, I'll be like, whoa, back, hold on. And the place where we always go too far is when we make a judgment on somebody else based on what we would do in the situation, which is so tempting and so easy to do, right?
Like I judged a few weeks ago, people bringing their bedding to movie theaters.
Right. But here's the thing. I agree with you.
Thank you. I get it. Yeah, okay.
But if we're going to not measure with our yardstick, we might have a question about why we don't have all the information. So like maybe they've got Raynaud's disease, which is that disease where you can't feel your fingers when you get cold, and maybe they need a blanket. Maybe.
Do you know how much I love you that you knew that condition right off the top of your head?
It's because I have it.
I'm not laughing at you having it.
Which is why I bring blankets to the movie theater.
I won't judge you because I love you.
See? But see, that's the thing though, is like sometimes we just don't have all of the information. So the other way I came up with this is my daughter and I were staying in a hotel near the airport. We were watching the planes take off. And I go, I wonder who the people are that are on that airplane and where they're going. And she said, oh, there's a word for that. Do you know that? Do you know that there's a word for that?
No.
I didn't either. So she Googled it because that's how we do things now. And the word is sonder. And it's actually it's a made up word by a poet who's from Minnesota whose name I cannot pull up right now.
It's all right.
But he's wonderful. And he came up with this concept of sonder, which is the concept of the fact that we are the lead character in our own lives. And we have supporting characters, like you're one of my supporting characters.
Am I in your opening credits?
You totally are.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
Featuring Jason Matheson.
Thank you.
And I'm a supporting character in your life.
You are now in the opening credits.
Thank you.
You are now, yeah.
Thanks. But then we have like extras, and everybody else in life is sort of like our extras. But we are the main character in our own lives, which means that we are operating with all of the information about what we see and what we think. And other people aren't operating with that information. And so when they make a judgment of you, they're only making a judgment with their own information. And when you think about it that way, I start to think about how that feels to be measured by somebody else's yardstick when I have all of the information, and how maybe I sometimes pull out my yardstick to judge somebody else.
You're projecting your issues onto somebody else.
Yeah, so that's the thing, to always keep it. And all I ever ask people to do is just notice when you're doing it, because I think just noticing it makes you do it a little bit less. And it also kind of gives you a grace for the other people.
I read recently, and maybe you came across this, it's so interesting that we're having this conversation. Over the weekend, or a couple days ago, I read this article from in the Huffington Post from this woman who was a writer, and her freelance job kind of dried up. So she began working at Olive Garden. And she practiced self-control of not letting people who were very difficult to her, practicing empathy and realizing that she doesn't know why that person is snapping at her because the breadsticks are hard or whatever. And she said it was a daily exercise to show empathy and not let people's bad mood. Now, she said there's a limit. The lesson in it all is you can't excuse everybody. Some people are just awful. But she exercised this, and it was a fascinating article.
Yeah, I just
set at the Olive Garden.
I know.
Yeah.
And I just feel like that is the key to a little bit more happiness in your life. Is just, you know, trust me, I can write a strongly worded letter like nobody else. But I also know what it feels like to be on the receiving end of a judgment that doesn't fit me. And you realize it's really about the other person. And so if we all just start to notice it and calm down in 2024. Calm down.
I will own this for my, this will be my resolution because admittedly, I do this.
Yeah.
I'm a person I put stuff out there. I have 2 shows. I get a lot of people judging my commentary, but they're doing it through what they know.
Their information.
And I sometimes get to, I love this. I love it so much we're gonna continue when we come back. Back in a moment. I love this. We're back with my buddy Colleen, Go supporter Colleen Lindstrom. We worked together for years at our radio station, My Talk 1071, thebronzemedallife.com. If people have missed your other appearances, tell them I knew about this from a long time ago. I was very happy for you. What is the Bronze Medal Life again?
So the Bronze Medal Life is just about the concept that, like, it's okay to just be okay. We are so driven in our culture to try to be the best at everything, and I just feel like that is the path to misery. And so when I'm looking for my peace and my joy in my life, it's about accepting like just average. And average is really good because you're still getting a bronze medal. You're still on the podium. Somebody told me recently that there's research, I should look into this, that there's research that bronze medalists are actually happier than gold medalists.
Well, think of, let's do a pop culture analogy.
Fun.
Think of American Idol.
Yes.
Think about the people that didn't win.
Yes.
Daughtry, Jennifer Hudson.
The pressure that's on the person who comes out on top to continue the trajectory of perfection. The person in third has room to grow, is, you know, it gets to be who they are. So this is what the Bronze Medal Life is all about. It's about being okay, just being okay.
Let's talk about one of your recent topics, which is top of mind because, hello, we're sitting at the top of 2024. New Year's resolutions, we just talked about them for the grown-ups. Are they good for kids?
So this is how I model New Year's resolutions for my kids, by doing this. More research says that nobody keeps their resolutions. Like, it's such a low percentage. So I talk to my kids about making small and easy to achieve resolutions. So, for example, I have made a resolution in the past to moisturize more often. Like, super doable, right? Just get out the lotion and moisturize.
Should we do that at the end of this episode?
Yes.
At the end of this segment?
We are going to moisturize. Or
Eric, you want to moisturize with us? Photographer Eric? Okay, perfect.
But with kids, it's like, to say to them, you have to have your room perfectly clean at all times. That's never going to happen.
Not attainable.
Not attainable at all. It's not attainable for me. It's for sure not attainable for them. So to say to them, hey, what if you just focus, and it doesn't even have to be for the whole year. What if we start the year focusing on putting your dirty clothes in the hamper instead of on your floor or on your bed? And then that is one thing that they can keep at the top of their mind. And if you say, can we do this for just a month? Odds are pretty good they'll continue to do it. So that's why I try to keep it really easy and don't put pressure on it, because that's the other thing that'll make you fail every time.
It's undue pressure.
Yeah, especially if it's something where you can't really control the outcome, right? Like losing weight. I'm not saying that that's not a good resolution. Trust me, I've made it a million times. But oftentimes, when you put the pressure on yourself to be in a certain condition 12 months from now, you can't necessarily control that outcome in the same way that you can control the outcome of, making sure you ball your socks together in a matching way. Of course.
Do you ball your socks?
Yeah, do you not?
No, I'm an animal. I don't do that. No.
I don't know.
Wow, the crew just...
I don't know what to do with that. How do you match them up? They're just in there
They're just in there. Okay, thank you. I don't need the moaning. Eric, makes you pot up the audio of executive producer Jeff moaning at that. Colin does. The better half.
Yeah, that actually checks out. That
He
tracks with
looks
Colin.
like a Marine was in our closet. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I have to keep the socks together. I also think socks are like little foot prisons, so I don't wear them very often. Did I just expose something about myself?
We've been on the air. This is a half point of season 9. We've been on the air 9.5 seasons. I've never heard the word foot prison. Foot prison.
You know, it just
I'm with you, though. I'm with you.
I like to let the toes out.
Me
They
too.
gotta breathe.
I wear dress socks for the television
And then
show.
done.
Yeah, I like
Take 'em out.
Crocs. I'm now into Crocs.
Oh.
I've never worn Crocs in my life. That was my New Year's resolution.
You like ditching the socks. Get rid of them.
But yeah,
Who
I love
needs
my oh God, what are they called? Pseudo. I love my pseudo shoes. I don't need socks with those.
Yeah, see?
PSUDO. Have you ever had them?
No, what are they?
They're really good. They're slip-on shoes made of all recyclable material.
I'm in.
You should be in. They're good. You don't need foot prisons. Okay, we have a little bit more Colleen. Every time she's here, we always have a little fun. We're going to do that after the break. But if you want to listen to her podcast, and you do, go to the Bronze. See, I had to look at I want to make sure it's right for you.
It's good. That's fine.
TheBronzeMedalLife.com. TheBronzeMedalLife.com. We'll be back right after this. We're back with our buddy Colleen Lindstrom, TheBronzeLife.com. Go subscribe to the podcast. Okay, every time Colleen's on, Colleen again is raising a house full of lovely teenagers. And teenagers have their own language. It's like when you have twins, too, they have their own language.
Yes. Oh, there's a lot of language happening in my house.
Yeah.
Some we can't say on
No
the air.
cursing, right? You and Matt never curse. By the way, I saw your husband a couple nights ago.
I know,
he looked really good.
Yeah.
Anyway, by the way, a word that you quizzed me on months ago, Riz, was word of the year. Did you hear that?
I did hear that, and I did have to laugh because by the time it makes word of the year, the kids aren't even saying it anymore.
They don't
so
say
it's like, not really. Or maybe I just don't notice it, but they don't say it as much at my house.
Well, executive producer Jeff has put together a brand new test of new slang that the youngins are saying. Are you ready?
Maybe.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm
We're
scared.
going to work on this together.
Okay. All right.
Take a look at this. Here we go. Number 1 is ate that. Ate that.
Oh, I know this one. Are you ready? I think it's like this. Because my daughter will say this sometimes when she does a dance or something, and she'll be like, "Ooh, I ate that," meaning I did so well at that. Did you see that? I ate that.
Okay, I'm going to go with you because you provided a lot of documentation. So here's my card. Let's see if you're right.
Okay.
Do something very well.
Yay!
That's right.
Yes.
Okay, ready for number 2?
Okay, sure.
Left no crumbs.
Left no crumbs. I feel like. Okay, so
no detail on talked about.
Left no crumbs. I like that. Ooh, I like that one. I was gonna say they didn't leave any clues. Maybe if a girl is into a guy and she's like, he's not leaving any crumbs.
Oh, they're sneaky.
See what I mean? I can't tell. There's nothing to follow. I can't tell.
Okay, let's see what it is. Left no crumbs means someone did a great job.
Oh, because they ate that. They left no crumbs. There you go.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I get it now.
I don't understand the youth. Okay. Number 3.
You ate that.
I ate that.
You left no crumbs.
Yeah. Number 3, high key. High key.
Okay.
You know this?
No, but I think I do. So I think high key is the new low key. You know how when the kids used to say, oh, I low key love that thing, meaning they love it, but they're not overt with their love. High key to me says I'm not even trying to be subtle about how much I like that thing. Maybe.
I think it's when you're really excited.
High key.
Yeah. Let's see. It means something of great importance.
Oh, okay.
It's a high key.
It's high key. Oh, that's
Again,
high key.
I don't understand the youth. I don't know. Maybe I'm not supposed to. Okay. Number 4, ship.
Okay.
With a P, y'all.
Thank you.
Don't call the FCC.
Thank you for enunciating
ship.
that. Ship.
As in cruise.
Okay. Ship is when you ship people. That's like when you put people in a relationship, whether it's like a friendship
you're really
or a
good.
relationship. Oh, I totally ship them. They look great together.
I think it means you are done with someone. I ship them off.
Oh, bye-bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Peace out. You have body odor.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Sorry,
Okay.
Eric. Eric, I'm not shipping you out. It means you want people to be
a couple. Yeah. You're shipping
Colleen.
them. I know.
I think you're secretly 17.
I think I am
Your
too.
moisturized skin sure gives that impression.
Yes.
Okay, finally. Oh, this is going to be. It's not a hoedown. It's a bro down. Bro down.
A bro down.
BRODOWN. Bro
A
down.
bro down. A bro down is like when you and your buddies, like dudes. I don't think the kids say dudes, by the way.
No.
That's when
Bra.
like
Is
you're
it
gonna.
still bra?
Yeah. Oh, bra's big.
Okay.
Yeah.
It annoys me so much.
A bro down is when you and your boys, like have a weekend away, or like hang out, like have a sleepover. It's a bro down. What do you think it is, Jason?
Oh, that's a homo down for me, but yeah, bro down. It means you got rid of one of your friends.
Oh,
you got rid of.
Down with the bro.
Boys' night out. Colleen.
I've never heard that before, but I'm gonna start using it.
Bro down. What are we doing this weekend? We're gonna have a bro down.
You saw my husband; he was on a bro down.
He was on a bro down.
I know.
Yeah.
See?
I felt there's a line. This is a reference will be lost on you. But when I saw Colleen's husband without Colleen, there's a line that Dorinda Medley says in The Real Housewives of New York. She's a little drunk. And Sonia Morgan goes to Dorinda's boyfriend, "What are you doing here without Dorinda?" And I felt like saying to Matt, "What are you doing here without Colleen?"
He was on a bro down.
He was on a bro down. There we go. Give it up for Colleen, everybody. TheBronzeLife.com. Get it at Sam Goody, B. Dalton, wherever you get your podcasts. Right? You're at Sam Goody?
I am at Sam Goody and Musicland.
That's right. That's so Riz.
And Tidal Wave.
That's right. We're going to go now because we're going to go have a bro down.
And moisturize.
And moisturize. Yeah. We'll be right back. You know what else? So we were looking at 1994. Yeah, would you like to guess, Jeff, how much gas was?
$1.99.
$1.99? That is wrong.
Too high?
$1.09.
Wow.
$1.09 for gas.
At least it's going down.
I mean, let's hope. Look at you being world news tonight over there. With
I just filled up the other day.
Did you? Well, congratulations. And what did you do after that, Jeff? You want to tell the audience what you did after that?
Went home and worked on the show.
That's right. He's always working on the show. No, $1.09. Can you imagine pulling up to the gas station?
When I lived in Wisconsin, Wausau, Wisconsin, I remember getting gas for 99 cents. That was 1997.
A loaf of bread was about 70 cents in 94.
What kind of bread?
Low carb.
No, it wasn't. We were eating Snackwells in 1994.
Oh, and Olestra. 94, we got to go, but Olestra was also out in 94. Kids, go ahead and Google Olestra. And take it from your old pal Jason. Don't eat it. Don't eat it. You'll pay for it later. That's going to do it for us. Thank you so much for watching today. Don't forget, you can go to our swag shop and buy some Jason Show merch. We have a link on all of our socials. Search for Jason Show TV, and you can also search our personal accounts as well. Follow me just at Jason Matheson. Go out there and be yourself because nobody can tell you you're doing it wrong. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow. We are coming back with all new live shows next week. If you want to come see us, we would sure like to have you. If you want to be in our studio audience, go to eventbrite.com, search The Jason Show, and pick a day. They'll send you a reminder. And please, please, only pick a day that you can actually show up. You're in around 9:30 Central. We have you out by 11:30. So we accept big groups and more. Come have a good time with us. I can tell you stories I can never tell you on television. And as we've been saying and joking about all hour, Kendall will return to our show next week as well. So it's going to be a fun week of shows. And I should be significantly more tan than I am right now. Let's hope. We'll be right back. Back in a moment, everyone.